Hi, hope you're doing well. In this vlog, it's all about chub fishing. I've been doing quite a bit over the past week, but we'll get into that in just a second. So I've got some rigs, some tips, and some bait ideas for you. So thanks for tuning in to vlog number 4. So over the past couple of weeks, we've had some quite mild weather, really. Air temperatures have gotten up to 13, 14 degrees, something like that. And obviously river temperatures have been slowly creeping up as well. And all of this mild weather has A1 made fishing very, very nice and easy. It's just nice to be out on the bank. But also it's made the fish quite a bit more active. And I've had some very, very productive chub sessions. I've predominantly been targeting the River Derwent, and I've actually been over the month of January trying to find some £5 chub out of there. As of yet, unsuccessful. But I have landed, as I said, quite a few nice fish. So that will be coming in a video soon, so keep an eye out for that. But in this video, I just wanted to talk you through some of the strategies that I've been using. And I guess a good place to start is probably with the hardware itself. I'll just quickly run you through the kit I'm using today, and I've got a fixed ball reel there which is in 3000 size, and this is attached to a 12-foot quiver tip rod, and I've got a 1 ounce quiver tip on the end, so nice and soft, so I can see any finicky little chub bite, and so I'm able to strike into them really, really early. So this has got 8-pound main line coming through, and it goes down to a small Corum run rig with a 30-gram feeder on here, which is holding absolutely fine in the flow today. There's not very much at all. My hook link is then 6-pound line, which goes all the way down to a hair rig there, just a standard hair rig, and I've got a size 4 hook. Usually I use a Corum all-rounder hook, but I can't find those at the minute, so I'm just using any kind of fine but strong hook. So I tend not to fish thick carp hooks or anything like that. I like a very, very fine hook when I'm chub fishing. And on here I've got a boilie, which again is hair rigged, and I've wrapped that in a little bit of cheese paste there to provide a bit of extra traction and almost to just kind of align the hook as well, so it's standing proud. So if any chub comes, picks this up, it's going to get instantly hooked. I'll talk you through my bait options as well. Today it's quite limited, quite simple. I've basically got some liquidized bread. So this is bread that I've put through a food processor to turn it into like breadcrumb. And I've not brought any bread flake, so bread I could put on the hook today. The bread I had was a little bit stale, so it just wasn't really very good for staying on the hook. But I have got plenty of cheese paste with me, and I can either fish this directly onto the hook, or like I'm doing, I can hair rig a boilie and then I'm wrapping that in the cheese paste as well. So those are really my bait options. I do have some other bits and bobs, but I probably won't really fish them today. Those will be my main methods. So tactics wise, I'm basically looking for any overhanging bushes, vegetation, anything like that that's creating slacks but also cover in the river. It's been quite a clear day all day. It's been quite sunny. The sun is just dropping away now as it's getting slightly darker, but all of the chub I feel are just very much tucked away. They don't have the confidence to come out and feed properly until probably dark realistically. So the closer I can get this feeder and that bait to where the chub might be, the better basically. I'm going in with 1 feeder full of bread to kick things off, and then I'm generally switching over to just a straight lead and just ledgering cheese paste in that area. I'm being quite sparing because I basically want the chub to focus on my big stinky bait, nothing else. The bucket is pretty handy as well, acts as a chair, you can keep all your bait in it, and you don't have to sit on the floor as well, and you don't have to carry too much kit. So it's working out pretty well for me tactic wise. I keep hopping along and just fishing every likely looking spot. The cheese paste and bread through the feeder is a pretty classic combination that I use time and time again, and it never seems to fail getting the chub's attention. But also I've been using bread flake, and I find bread flake is a really great bait to use in the day. The problem is if the water is quite coloured, sometimes it's not so good, and if there's quite a bit of flow as well, it can obviously just rip that bread straight off, so you have to be a little bit selective with when you use it. But I was actually watching the Reading Angling Club YouTube page, and they had a really great tip for putting garlic oil on the bread before you swing it out to give quite a lot of extra attraction, and that's exactly what I did on one of the sessions that I did this week. So compared to the other day, I have actually changed my bait a little bit. The other day I was fishing cheese paste, basically straight on the hook or on a boilie, kind of wrapped round. But today I'm just fishing good old-fashioned bread. I've picked up some sliced bread from the supermarket, so I'm either fishing bread flake, or what brought me most of those fish was actually just a small piece of crust. And I've literally just threaded this through on the hook, not particularly securely. It only has to last a few minutes, 5-10 minutes in the water, something like that. Then what I've done is filled up my feeder full of the liquidized bread that I've got with me, and then given it a couple of squirts of this garlic oil. And so I've been putting my hook bait on top of the feeder, squirting it all down, so any that drips off just runs straight into the bread in the feeder, and then we've been lobbing that out there, and it's been doing the business today. 3 fish in 3 casts, all quite nice chub. So as I mentioned, all of this is really trying to find a big chub from the River Derwent. And over the past week, and indeed the month of January, I've caught numerous £2, £2.5 chub, a couple of £3 plus chub, but nothing really over £3.5. So I'll be heading out over the next couple of weeks, and indeed probably February, to try and find some bigger fish, and I might start looking at some other rivers as well. But all of my chub fishing for January will be coming out in a video very, very soon. So that pretty much brings you up to date with everything that I've been doing. I'm actually going to get my kit together right now, and we're going to head out for a little Sunday afternoon session. But I hope you've enjoyed this vlog. Drop me any tips down below if you have any particular chub fishing ideas you think I should know about, and maybe you picked up something from this video as well. As always, thanks for watching. Hope to see you in a future video.